A lot of facial head trauma, injury, bleeding. It's very gut-wrenching to watch that video.
3 people held her captive in the basement and violently attacked her. And if that wasn't enough, the horrific ordeal was recorded.
Yeah, I just picked a young lady up. She was walking down the street naked. She said somebody jumped there and robbed her.
Thank God that we have, a community out there, people that care enough to try to step in and give some aid and help.
This is a story of a 19-year-old out of Akron, Ohio, who was lured in by her so-called friends into a home where she was kidnapped, beaten, stripped naked, and by the grace of God, she wound up escaping out of the house naked till she eventually found help from a good Samaritan driving by. We're gonna break all of this down, and you will not believe the ages of the individuals responsible for this heinous act. This is Matter of Opinion. Let's talk about it.
It's a matter of opinion. If I'm right, but I'm leaving no one out to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our part.
Welcome to Matter of Opinion. I'm your boy Walls P. Ladies and gentlemen, this story highlights community awareness, support, and definitely friendship. On December 27th, a 19-year-old woman found herself in a terrifying situation after being lured to a home on Beardsley Street by individuals she thought were her friends. According to the Akron Police Department, the victim was allegedly kidnapped, assaulted, and robbed by the 3 suspects. One of the suspects is 18-year-old Kendall Worthy, who is being held in the Summit County Jail on a $100,000 bond. Now, after digging deep to find more answers and going down the rabbit hole, it was also reported that they allegedly pistol whipped this woman. And when it comes to Kendall Worthy, she had 2 accomplices. And those 2 accomplices, ladies and gentlemen, happened to be juveniles. A 13-year-old girl and a 14-year-old girl. Now, authorities are actively investigating this and are looking to make more arrests. And get this, they recorded the whole thing. What they did to this 19-year-old, they actually recorded it, as I could only guess to be a trophy, something to build that street credibility up. Now, somehow she managed to find a way to escape. But the thing is, when she escaped, she had no clothes and was basically running down the street naked. It wasn't until a gentleman that was driving by saw her running naked and what looked like blood and bruises on her, stopped and was actually determined to find this woman some help.
A 19-year-old girl was lured to a home by people that she considered to be her friends. Now, police are determined to find everyone involved in this vicious attack. The teenager was lured to a home on Beardsley Street. And if that wasn't enough, the horrific ordeal was recorded. The young girl was eventually able to escape, running out of the home without any clothes on, and find help.
Akron 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Yeah, I just picked a young lady up. She was walking down the street naked. She said somebody jumped there and robbed her. I got her in the car here. I'm pulling over the BP right here so she can get out the clothes. She's butt naked. She has nothing on. Look like she got blood on her face.
Thank you so much for helping her.
Oh, my God. I got daughters.
Akron police say they did arrest one girl, Kendall Worthy, in connection with this attack. She's being held in the Summit County Jail, and her bond is set at $100,000. However, officers say there are more people they need to track down.
This may not even, in fact, be limited to just the 3 people that participated in the assault. There may have been some other people with some knowledge or perspective about this that detectives may want to talk to. We want to hold, in the end, any and everyone responsible.
The question that I have is, where are the parents of these children? 13 and 14 years old, and these are the things that you're doing? Where are the parents? Why are you not keeping tabs on your children? How are you letting them hang with the 18-year-old at the age of 13 and 14? This is why having these broken communities, you wind up with things like this. Because when you actually had communities, everybody knew each other. The neighbors knew your children. You knew the children's neighbors. And if you saw somebody going to the left, just that quick you would correct it and you would notify the person's parents. Just think about it. Nowadays, most of us don't even know our kids' friends or don't know the kids' parents. At 13 and 14, you should be still worrying about playing. Heck, at this point, you should probably have your face in a screen, playing with a tablet or an iPhone or something. But you're actually pistol whipping people? And what does this say about that 18-year-old? for you to legit be hanging with 13 and 14-year-olds. This is why it is important that we teach our children when it comes to friends, judge them based on their character. Think about it. The older you get, the less friends you have. It's more so you have associates. And I'm not trying to cast aspersions on this 19-year-old, but it's just the fact that we need to teach our children to keep their head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel at all time. And I'm sorry to say it, ladies, but this type of behavior of not having your head on a swivel, it's women that are promoting it. Men will blatantly tell women, yo, don't do X, Y, Z, because that's dangerous. Because men will spot danger, and when they spot that danger, they'll acquiesce to try to avoid said danger. But I don't know, man. It seemed like women just feel as though I can do whatever I want or I can go as I please. People should act accordingly, and that's not the case. We had a debate on the channel about how women shouldn't dress a certain way because that can potentially lead to unwanted attention, which can possibly lead to a graping, or don't go outside at certain times of the night because you can wind up being a victim. Do we live in a safer society than maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that nothing can happen. And it seemed like the ones that be setting you up the most is friends. If you see friends that are setting people up and you don't partake in those things, why continue to be friends with that person? Because it's just a matter of time before they set you up. If you have a friend that's robbing people, committing all these heinous acts, and they're not doing it to you, you're probably thinking, oh, that's my homeboy, that's my day one. That's not gonna happen to me. It's just a matter of time before you become that mark. You say something or do something that that individual don't like, and guess what? Now you're the next op. With my kids, what I preach is God first, then family, then your career, because we all need money to live. But those three things prioritize in that order. Shout out to that good Samaritan who actually wind up bringing this young girl to safety. Shout out to that 19-year-old for making out of there alive. And I'm glad that they apprehended the 18-year-old. I want them to press whatever charges possible, and I want her to face significant punishment. And that 13 and 14-year-old girl, I want them tried as an adult. I don't want no juvenile. Try them as an adult, because you're gonna make grown men or grown women decisions, then you're gonna suffer grown adult consequences. One thing to take from this is that dangers can always be lurking in what seem to be safe situations. Keep your head on a swivel at all times. And it also highlights the importance of helping one another. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your take. If it's your first time here, consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. That's gonna do it for this episode of Matter of Opinion. I'm your boy Walls P, and we will catch you, ladies and gentlemen, on the next episode. Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.